Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is Mr. Gomez stopping by on a Wednesday morning for a short briefing. There's a couple things I want to talk to you about this morning. And the first one is the fact that on Friday we're going to have conferences. I redid the tab in the module, as you can see right here. Okay, there's some sign up times. There'll be an evening meeting and a morning meeting. This is very important that we meet before we move on to the last week. So find the time in the morning and the evening and reply in the comments box to secure a time. Make sure that nobody else has signed up for the time that you're signing up in. And I'll post the link for that on Thursday night. And otherwise, let's take a look at the rest of the schedule for this week. You'll see also that I made some changes. Right in this area, there was an activity called Read and Respond, sort of to cultivate rhetorical awareness. But we're going to go ahead and skip that so we can concentrate on the final three things that we have to do in this class. So that brings us to tonight's research proposal. This is basic, really informal. You have two parts. You have to record yourself on Flipgrid, presenting to the class the basics of your research project, and the directions are in the tab. And you're also matching it with a written version. Make sure it's a page and a half, and you upload it by midnight. This isn't too difficult of assignment because I've been reading your discussions that we had at the end of last week where you were settling into a topic and raising research questions. You guys did a phenomenal job, especially of communicating with each other and creating a sense of community through the discussion board. So I think everyone's ready. This is a final time where you could re-articulate your thesis, your interest in the subject, tell us about your major, why you want to discuss this. Okay, in the Flipgrid video, you only have a minute and a half, so that's plenty of time. And the written portion, like I just said, make sure it's a page and a half, and the prompt tells you everything that needs to be included in that assignment. So that allows us to turn to this big assignment we have, the annotated bibliography. You have approximately a week to do it, and you're having 10 entries on your annotated bibliographies. That means you're going out and finding 10 sources, you're creating a citation, and you're writing notes, a paragraph of notes in that citation. And the purpose we do, and the reason we do an annotated bibliography is to make sure that before you make the turn to draft your research project, you've investigated what 10 other people have to say in this conversation. It sort of makes you like a mini expert. Uh, it also gives you ideas to formulate your paper. It'll give you a perspective of what's been said in that conversation. So you have about a week to do that. That'll be due a week from today. 10 entries. It's going to take you a little bit of time. It's worth 25 points, so it needs to be neat. So let's take this moment right now to take a look at an example of an annotated bibliography. Okay, there's also another example at the bottom of the directions for this assignment for the annotated bibliography, but it doesn't preserve the formatting because Canvas doesn't allow. What I mean that you'll see this hanging indent here, right? That's preserved. The citation sticks out, so it makes it easy for people to make sense of it when they read it, right? You can scroll down, see there's a new entry here, and just like a works cited page, this top portion of it looks a lot like a works cited page, but I'm asking for 10 entries in your annotated bibliography, but at the end of your paper, your works cited page will only have 4 entries, and some of these will probably be on there, or they don't have to be. This just ensures that you've done a lot of reading and written about the topic of your research. Okay, so if we scroll down here, um, you'll see that each contains a citation, and then below here are some notes. Okay, in your directions, it tells you very specifically that you could summarize, reflect, or analyze. What you're doing is you're putting this source in conversation with your research paper. What does it have to do with your thesis? Or what is its main claim? You could summarize, you could reflect, you could tell how it supports your argument. You're basically thinking critically about how this source fits in with your research paper, explaining to your audience why it's an important part of your research, but an important part of this conversation. So take a look at this and the example. If you need to research annotated bibliographies, do so. Just remember there's 10 entries. You're going to go out and find 10 sources, and then you're going to create a citation and make some notes. Uh, the directions are pretty thorough, so I hope you understand that. And so this brings me to my last topic, which is right here. So if you have questions about how to organize your paper and you're thinking, what am I going to do in 6 pages? That's a lot of space. Don't worry. Once you do your annotated bibliography, your own argument will start to become clear. I've also provided a lot of resources on the same page where this video is. You'll see there's a student annotated bibliography, the one we just looked at. There's a student research paper from this past semester. There's a couple MLA sample essays, and there's also this that we can talk about later in the week. In terms of organizing your argument, uh, there's an outline on an essay, a research paper on homelessness. It shows you all kinds of moves you can make, correct? Because you're going to have your introduction and your thesis statement, and in the body paragraphs, you're going to support that with reasons. But we're also making other complex moves. For example, if you study this document, you'll see that before I introduce the first reason in that outline, I do 3 other moves. So I define homelessness, I summarize an important primary work, and I look at the causes of homelessness. Then I present some other moves, which is the opposing viewpoint, a response to the opposing viewpoint. And then at the end, I turn towards a solution. So another thing that'll clear up what this assignment is asking of you, sit with the prompt. There's a lot of directions there. Remember that your topic must be framed in a problem solution template. Okay, and so a first good move is to prove the problem exists, and in the latter half of your paper, present some solutions, right? It's still argumentative. You have a claim, a thesis, and reasons. Okay, so when I meet with you Friday is a good time to talk about this, about how you'll organize your essay, make sure your thesis is clear, make sure you're working on your annotated bibliography. Okay, so that's some pointers for this week, everybody. But spend time with all these documents. Bring your questions to me on Friday. And remember, I'm always available through email. All right, very proud of the work you've done. One of the reasons I canceled this last assignment was because I looked back and we did an incredible amount of work to develop ourselves as critical thinkers and to practice our writing. So good job, everyone. I'll see you on Friday. Thanks.